Every day, he rebuilt what he destroyed the day before, and he called it progress. In a craftsman district where furniture makers competed for customers, two carpenters opened shops on the same street. Both were skilled, both worked long hours, both wanted to build successful businesses. But 10 years later, one owned the most productive workshop in the city, while the other was still struggling alone in an empty room. The difference wasn't talent or effort. It was whether they built systems or just kept working. The first carpenter's name was Hamid. When Hamid opened his workshop, he did everything himself. He'd wake up early, go to the lumber yard, select wood, carry it back, cut it, sand it, assemble it, finish it, and deliver it to customers. Every single piece of furniture required Hamid to do every single step, and he did it well. His furniture was beautiful. His customers were happy. People praised his craftsmanship. But here's the problem. Every day, Hamid started from zero. He had no systems, no processes, no organization, just raw effort repeated daily. One day, Hamid would build a chair. The next day, he'd build a table. Each time, he'd have to remember how he did it, where he put his tools, what measurements he used, what techniques worked best. If Hamid took a day off, no furniture got made. If he got sick, income stopped. If he wanted to make 2 chairs, he had to work twice as long. His output was directly tied to his personal hours. Nothing more. Years passed. Hamid kept working this way. People would ask, "Why don't you hire help?" Hamid would say, "I can't afford it yet. Once I make more money, then I'll hire people." But he never made more money because he never had time to grow. He was too busy doing everything himself to build anything that lasted. Hamid's workshop stayed empty except for him. No organization, no documented processes, no systems, just one tired man doing the same tasks over and over, hoping someday it would add up to something bigger. After 10 years, Hamid was still alone. Still doing everything himself, still working just as hard as day one, but making barely more money. His workshop was empty of everything except exhaustion. The second carpenter's name was Nasser. When Nasser opened his workshop, he also did everything himself at first. But Nasser thought differently about his work. After building his first chair, Nasser didn't just move on to the next project. He stopped and documented the process. He wrote down every step, every measurement, every technique. He created a system. He organized his tools in specific places, so he never wasted time searching. He created templates for common cuts, so he didn't have to measure twice. He built jigs and guides that made repeated tasks faster and more accurate. Within 3 months, Nasser could build a chair in half the time it took him initially, not because he got faster at working, but because he built systems that eliminated wasted effort. After 6 months, Nasser hired his first helper. People said, "How can you afford that? You're just starting." Nasser replied, "I built systems first. Now I can teach someone to follow them. They don't need to be as skilled as me. They just need to follow the process." Nasser taught his helper using the documented steps. The helper could produce furniture almost as good as Nasser's because the system did most of the thinking. The helper just executed. Now Nasser had two people producing furniture. His income doubled, but his personal hours didn't. After 1 year, Nasser hired a second helper. After 2 years, he had 4 people working. Each person followed the systems Nasser built. Each person was productive from day one because the system told them exactly what to do. Nasser wasn't building furniture anymore. He was managing the system that built furniture. He'd spend his time improving processes, finding better suppliers, and growing the business. After 5 years, Nasser had 15 workers. After 10 years, he had 30. His workshop ran like a machine, organized, efficient, productive, and it worked whether Nasser was there or not. One day, exhausted and frustrated, Hamid walked past Nasser's workshop. He saw 30 people working efficiently. He saw furniture being built in every corner. He saw a business that ran like clockwork. Hamid stopped Nasser and said, "We started the same skills, same time. Why is your workshop full and mine is empty? Why are you successful and I'm still alone?" Nasser looked at him and said, "Because I built systems. You just kept working." Hamid didn't understand. Nasser explained, "Every day you start from scratch. You do everything yourself. You have no processes, no documentation, no organization. Your workshop is empty because you never built anything permanent except furniture." I stopped building furniture and started building systems. Systems that could be repeated. Systems that could be taught. Systems that worked without me. My workshop is full because the system fills it. Your workshop is empty because only you can fill it, and you're just one person. Here's the truth about business that most people never learn. Working hard doesn't build a business. Systems build businesses. Hamid thought his job was to make furniture, so he made furniture every day and stayed stuck. Nasser understood his job was to build a furniture-making system, so he built the system once, and it made furniture forever. Most small business owners are like Hamid. They're skilled at what they do, but they never build systems. They never document processes. They never organize workflows. They just repeat the same tasks every day and wonder why they can't grow. They say things like, "I'm too busy to train someone," but they're busy because they never trained someone. They say, "I can't afford to hire help," but they can't afford not to because without help, they'll never scale. Nasser represents entrepreneurs who actually build businesses. They understand that time spent building systems is time invested in freedom. They document everything. They create processes. They make their business work without them. Think about your own work. Are you building systems or just working? When you do a task, do you document it so someone else could do it? Do you have processes written down? Do you have organization that makes work easier? Or do you just keep doing everything yourself, starting from scratch each day, hoping that someday your effort will magically turn into a business? A business without systems is just a job you own. And a job you own is often worse than a regular job because you can't even take a day off. Hamid worked for 10 years and built nothing permanent, just furniture that got sold and forgotten. His workshop stayed empty because he never built anything that could fill it without him. Nasser worked for 10 years and built a machine that produced value without his constant presence. His workshop was full because the system kept it full. Same skills, same time, different approach. One built systems, one just worked. One has a business, one has exhaustion. Stop being the only thing that fills your workshop. Build systems that fill it for you. Subscribe for more wealth parables.